Alright, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Just leaving work. It's Wednesday, so it's rest day, so I didn't go to the gym today. Toby just left for Texas today. He won't be back until like Tuesday, so I'm gonna have to go to the gym by myself for like 6 days. 5 days. So that's gonna be fun. But anyways, at work today, let's see. I've been listening to this story yesterday and today because I've been listening to audiobooks, and I listened to all like the books that I got that I wanted to listen to, and then there was just one random one that came on. I don't even know what it's called, but it's about some druggy person. This lady that was addicted to drugs. She was telling her story about jail and stuff. It's a pretty crazy story. And yeah, drugs are not good stuff. Oh, I probably could have gone there. But anyways, this morning, I'll start with yesterday first, because yesterday we went to the gym at 7. So then after the gym, I went to work, and at work we did the normal stuff, just packaging things, and then we got called up for a taste test, a blind taste test for these new protein bars that they're like, well, I don't think they're new, but just to compare like the tastes of them, like all the people that work at the warehouse, because the two owners are gluten-free and they couldn't taste them, so we tasted them. But anyways, that was cool, and I'm pretty sure the protein bars that were ours won in all the areas. Well, in most of the areas, which was good. That was really cool. Yeah, and then after that, so after work, I've had this flight certificate thing that I won at an open house at this flight school 2 summers ago. They had an open house. They were trying to get people in, to get people to get business through and stuff. And you entered your Instagram username, and they chose a random winner, and I won it, and it was a free discovery flight. And so I had this piece of paper hanging up on my wall for 2 years, and I was looking at it, and I was like, I knew I wanted to use it for a long time, but I was saving it until I knew I was going to do the flight school, because it's something that I've been interested in, that I've looked into, but I was saving it until I was actually gonna get my license, and that never really came because it's expensive. It's like $40,000. No, not that much. Like $20,000 to get your private pilot license, which is a lot of money. And so that never really happened. And now that I'm going to be moving soon, I was like, well, I need to use this before I go, because I can't use it after I move. So I'm like, okay, I get off at 4 and they're open until 4:30. Oh, so I just went and used it, or I went and scheduled a flight for this morning. This morning at 8 o'clock, I went on a discovery flight. It was my second discovery flight, because I went on one once before at a different flight school, and it was really similar. Like both of them, you basically just go over the checklists with the flight instructor, which is like what you have to look at and make sure everything is looking good before you fly the plane. And then you go and you take off after they tell you about the plane and stuff, and they let me take off on both of them. You actually pull back and push the throttle in, or in this plane, I forget the name of it, but it was a brand new plane from this winter. They got it brand new in the winter, and it was from Italy, but I forget the name of it. The other one that I was in was a Cessna. But anyways, this one you slid the throttle up, and it had a stick instead of a yoke, and so it let me pull it back, slide the throttle up, and pull it back. We took off and we flew around the lake, and just did some turning. He let me fly in the air. I saw Toby's house from up there, and he saw the plane that I was in and actually took a video of it, which is cool. And I'll put it up on the video. If I remember, and I took some pictures up there, and yeah, it was really cool. And it's so annoying because it's so fun. I love flying, and I could do it like every day. I would be happy to fly, but like, you just don't make enough money as a pilot. Like, it gets capped like $200,000 a year at the most, but most people don't end up making that until they're in their 40s or something, after they've been at the airlines for a while, or even 50s. And it's like, that is a lot of money, but that's a long time. And in that amount of time, I could have done, like, had my own couple businesses. And yeah, so I'm like, it's expensive and it takes a lot of time to get your pilot's license. So I'm like, well, for how much? I don't know. I don't know if it would be like something that I should do. Eventually, I do think I'm going to get my pilot's license just to have, have my private pilot's license, like, when I'm older and I can afford it. And I'll hopefully be making more money than that, because I also really want a commission job, like I've talked about, because it'll motivate me to work more. And then when you work more, you make more. In commission jobs, you can make a higher amount, and it's like, it's a tough dilemma, because flying is so cool, but the money just isn't enough. And on top of that, because I'm not going to college, and they did drop the degree requirements, but apparently, according to everyone that I've talked to, and especially my mom, she's like, oh, you should probably just go and get a college degree, because then chances are you're not even going to get the job anyways, because they prefer the people with the degrees, and they would pick them over someone without a degree any time that they could. And I'm like, well, if I didn't have a degree and I'm trying to go down this road, and my chances of getting a job at the airlines would be so small, then like, what's the point, you know? And then apparently they're going to start requiring degrees again soon. So I'm like, if I did go that route, I probably wouldn't be able to I wouldn't get hired as an airline pilot. But then I was asking ChatGPT about commission-based pilot jobs, and there's actually a couple. Like, you could do aerial photography, or the one that I thought was really cool was a charter pilot, where like people who just rent the planes for a flight, and you get paid on the amount of flights that you do, basically. But I don't know. I just have to look into that a little bit more. But that would be cool, because then you'd be with the people that that have the money for the private planes, and you'd be their pilot, and you could meet some really cool people. So I was like, that would be cool. But then I also didn't research what you had to do, like what if you had to have a degree to be a charter pilot. I don't know much about being a charter pilot, so I'm like, I don't know. So I'm thinking I'm just going to wait until I start making some money, and then just get my private pilot license just to have, so I can fly, and then we'll see what happens. But it's a dilemma, and it's really annoying. So everyone's like, oh, do what you like to do, but I'm like, I'd love to, but yeah. Anyways, it's basically all I've got for this video. Toby's going to Texas for QuakeCon, which is a video game. It's a really old video game, and he's taking his PC there, and he's meeting his friend from Virginia and his friend's brother, and they're going to Dallas in this super fancy hotel. It just looks really cool, and I'm like, oh man, you're lucky, bro. But yeah, that's about it for this one. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Let me know what you would do in this predicament, being a pilot or just going and, because I'm gonna do sales, probably real estate. But yeah, that's another situation, because real estate, I'm going to California. I don't want to be there for that long, but if I get into real estate, success in real estate is really based off of your network. And when you build a network somewhere, then you don't want to move, because then you have to build your network all over again, and it's like, so let me know what you do in that predicament. But more money, and obviously a cooler lifestyle, or just doing something that you know you like but has a low pay ceiling, and you're not even guaranteed it. I'm leaning towards just taking a chance, because I mean, you only live once, right? But anyways, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Make sure you join the Discord, link in description. Trying to join that, or trying to grow that. It's a online brotherhood where we just talk about a bunch of things in life, help each other out. Make sure you subscribe, share the video with a friend, and I'll see you in the next one.